Hello, my name is Lena Faulkner, and this is my Week 6 presentation for MPA 594. Today I'm going to talk about four topics: problem solving, bargaining, field theory, externalities and market failures, and policy evaluation. So the first topic I chose for PSML was problem solving bargaining. And over the course of the program, we've learned about, bargaining techniques, specifically collective bargaining. But when it comes to being a manager, I chose this because you're not always going to have issues that deal with unions or large groups. Sometimes there's going to be conflict that arises just between, you and one employee. So regular bargaining, traditional bargaining, the individual is trying to get what they want, the other person is trying to get what they want, and you're coming at it that way. Where with problem solving bargaining, there's more of like that actual negotiation taking place and more compromise taking place. And so the book says that the problem solving bargaining tends to be better. So I think it relates really well to the questions that we've had thus far in this class. Piggybacking off of that was field theory. So our MPA 545 talks about these different approaches to resolving conflict. And really, in the beginning of the book, it's like understanding why do conflicts arise. And so field theory I chose because I think it's going to fit my paper, the topic that I had chosen. Field theory is looking at the fact that individuals have, these different loyalties that they have, just they're loyal to different things. So they have family, um, church groups, community associations, work. They just have all these different things in their life that have some type of values and, beliefs and loyalty that they have to stay true to. And so if there's a time at work where you're starting to be asked to do something maybe that goes against your values and beliefs that are in one of these other, subcategories of your life, it could create this tension and then conflict would arise. So again, I chose this because I think, with PSML, we deal a lot with management, and a good manager, has to know these things. They have to know, like, okay, why do conflicts arise? Not just look at the fact that, okay, we have an issue, let's handle this issue with discipline, but start to really figure out why are these conflicts arising with the individual, and then, approach it that way. So on the GPA side, I chose positive and negative externalities and market failure. And the reason why I chose this is just because, really as general public administration, you are looking at the overall big picture and, the long lasting effects of, a particular policy or action that the government does, in the here and now. So from the book, traditionally, positive externalities seem to be, produced less. Anything that's producing a negative externality seems to be produced more and be in higher demand. Motor vehicles, for example, people want cars, but they produce pollution. So that's something that administrators have to keep in mind. Also, the market failure that ties in because those externalities is what kind of leads to market failure. So when you're looking at the value of how much does it cost to, say, for example, make a car? How much does it cost to make a car? And you're saying it's this much dollars, but are you taking into account these negative externalities, the long lasting effects? Who's suffering behind, these negative externalities that have nothing to do with the initial purchase or production of the car? And so these are all things that, the larger picture of government, general public administration has to take into consideration, especially when it comes to making policies and, putting out regulations and things of that nature. And the last theory I chose was for GPA was policy evaluation. So specifically with policy evaluation, you're looking at effectiveness, efficiency, and equity. Was the policy effective? Did we accomplish whatever it was supposed to accomplish? Was it efficient? Did we stay within budget? did we make the best use of the budget that we had? And then lastly, equity. How did it look? Was it fair to everybody that was receiving, whatever this particular policy was set out to do? Was it fair to all individuals? Did it infringe upon anybody's freedoms or rights? And those are the three things that, looking at during policy evaluation. And so in conclusion, here are the 4 topics that I covered. And this is a scripture that I ran across this week that I think God wanted me to see, and telling me to not stress out about this class because, He's got us. Thank you.